All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin this video by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Racha, Kodash, the bonus to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Lord's elect, beginning with the 144,000. This is Aratazah, once again from the Great Millstone GMS Atlanta camp. All right, and the title of this one, I believe I had was Stoning is Making a Comeback. All right, stoning is making a comeback, or is making a major comeback, or something to that effect. All right, you'll see the title. But it what basically inspired this video is the scripture here, Revelation 16th chapter. And I got a couple more scriptures I want to bring out as well. We know that stoning was a ancient world practice, or a form of punishment, basically like the death penalty back then, where you were punished for particular transgressions or sins. In certain scriptures within the law, you was the people of the city, or the elders of the city, were commanded to stone people for particular things. And even to this day, even in certain countries like in Africa or in the Middle East, amongst Ishmael and Elam and whatnot, they still practice stoning people. But today we don't do that. Of course in America they don't, that's not something that they practice, even though they do have the so-called death penalty and things of that nature. But what came to mind was the scripture here in Revelation 16, which we know is referring to the nuclear missiles. But that's a form of stoning. It's almost like a spiritual stoning. All right, because the missiles. Well, I'll just read it. All right, just to show you Revelation the 16th chapter in the I'll start at verse 18. All right, Revelation 16 and 18, it says, "And there were voices and thunders and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such was not since men were upon the earth, so mighty an earthquake and so great." All right, this earthquake is referring to the nuclear destruction. All right, because Revelation is this, with this particular account, is referring to the end times. All right, the end time prophecies. All right, which that Babylon the Great, okay, which essentially is America today, is prophesied to be destroyed, man. All right, and how's it going to be destroyed is by the way of thermonuclear destruction. So when John saw the vision of the destruction, he likened it to an earthquake, because when the missiles hit America, right, when they hit the earth, it's going to actually cause the earth to shake. And that's pursuant to, what is that? Is that Isaiah 24? All right, which speaks about how the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage. All right, that's when the nukes drop. All right. So it goes on in verse 19. It says, "In the great city," all right, which again is referring to America today, "was divided into three parts, and the cities of the nations fell." Right, the three parts, if I'm not mistaken, are the three classifications of men. All right, which are the sons of the the sons of the wicked, which is Esau, the sons of men, which is the other nations, and then you got the sons of the Most High, or the sons of God, which are the children of Israel. Which only a portion of the children of Israel are going to be saved out of this pending doom, or this nuclear fire that's coming. No other people will be delivered, will be on the ships. All right, when I say the ships, I'm referring to the so-called UFOs, because there's going to be a UFO invasion, and that's going to be the vessels used to deliver the remnant of Israel out of America from the nuclear destruction. All right, and it says, in the cities of the nations fell. Right, yeah, all the cities in America are going to fall. All right, after this, as we read in verse 18, the earthquake comes. which is nuclear destruction. It says, "And great Babylon, which is America, came in remembrance before the Most High to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath," right? Which is, again, is that destruction. It says, "And every island fled away, and the mountains were not found," right? This land is going to be broken up, all right? And it's also symbolic as well, because mountains represent governments. So physically, this place is going to get broken up, and as far as the system is going to be broken down, the very government. All right, here's the point. Verse 21, it says, "And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven." Right? What is hail? Hail is like a stone. All right. What is like? It was like ice. I don't know the real breakdown of hail. I have to look it up, but I think it's like ice, like frozen. It's like little pellets, and sometimes hail. Sometimes you'll see on the news, hail can be the size of a bowling ball, and then some people have actually gotten killed through a hailstorm. You know, so it's like stones, all right. And this is what John saw when he saw the missiles. He likened them basically unto hail. It says, "And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven." Why? Because the missiles are coming from, they coming from an aerial position when they get shot from the ground, but then they shoot up into the sky, and then they fall to their target. So it's going to fall like hail. It says, "In every stone about the weight of a talent. And men blasphemed the Most High because of the plague of the hail, for the plague thereof was exceeding great." Right? What is that plague of the hail? The nuclear missiles. So that's why I titled the video, "Stoning is Making a Comeback," because this is what it's referring to. This stoning, or this vision that John is seeing, where he likened the missiles unto hail. All right, the missiles is like stones, man. So the Most High is going to stone America. Okay, he's going to stone these damn people. Okay, stones mingle with fire. All right, how would you say, a fiery stoning? See, but in this particular verse, is likens the missiles unto hail. Right, so there's going to be a hailstorm. Okay, but the hail is going to be nuclear missiles. Now, let's jump over a couple chapters. Pardon me. Revelation 18. And we'll get to the point. Verse 21. All right, this is the book of Revelation 18 and 21. It says, "And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone." All right, which that's the name that's been put upon our group. All right, from the apostles on down, of course, GMS, Great Millstone. But this great millstone is referring to the missiles. All right, a nuke. It says, "And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea." All right, the sea represents the people. You could prove that, and I believe that's what Revelation 17 speaks about, the woman sitting upon many waters. The woman, the whore being America. Let's see if we can find it. Many people, nations. Let's see real quick if we can get it. It's Revelation 17 and 1. It says, "And there came out of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, and I will show thee, or shew unto thee, the judgment of the great whore." Right, the whore is America. When you read this chapter, which it tells you in the very end, it says that the whore is that great city that reigneth over the kings of the earth. All right, that's America today. It says, "I will show you the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters." All right, you're going to find out the waters is talking about the people or the sea. Right, Let's see. Oh, yep, there you go. Revelation 17 and 15. It says that he saith unto me, the waters, right? This explains what the waters are. The waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples, multitudes, and nations and tongues. See that? So the water or the sea represents people. So you go back to Revelation 18, where it says that the angel took up the mighty stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, meaning he cast it in the midst of the people, meaning that what? That nuclear fire, those missiles, which is the point of the video, it likens it into a stone. All right. Revelation 18:21 again, it says, and the mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down and shall be found no more at all. See that? That's America, man. This place is going to be utterly obliterated and wiped off the map. Okay, with that great millstone or the stones that the angels, the Lord, going to use to unleash, all right, and put the spirit on these nations to launch those missiles. All right, it's that again, it's that stoning. All right, let's go from there. I got one more. Isaiah 30, if I'm not mistaken. Isaiah 30 and 30. And we'll read that. This is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse yeah, we'll get to the point. Isaiah 30 and 30. It says, and the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua shall cause his glorious voice to be heard, and shall show the lightning down of his arm with the indignation of his anger, right? Righteous anger. It says, and with the flame of devouring fire, right? The nuclear missiles. You also got the fire coming from the so-called UFOs or the chariots, that heavenly concentrated fire. All right. This is with flame of devouring fire, and with scattering and tempest and hailstones. See that? Which is, tempest is a storm. All right. We notice what's that in Jeremiah 50 or 51? It speaks about the destroying wind. Okay, the wind from those nukes. All right, detonating, and you got the hailstones again, right? And what's that? Those are the missiles that John saw in Revelation. What's that? 16 we just read. 31 it says, for through the voice of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua shall the Assyrian be beaten down. Right, the Assyrian today would be Esau in America, which smote with a rod. See that? The Lord's going to beat them down. They're going to be beaten down to what's the scripture which says it's in the Apocrypha. It says what that should be beaten to powder at his presence, roughly paraphrasing. Yeah, how's the Lord going to beat the Assyrian or beat Esau down? With the missiles, man. This place is going to be absolutely bombarded with nukes. Okay, from coast to coast. Broken up. So again, that's that stoning, man. Stoning is making a major comeback. All right, and that's according to the law, man. The law, it required certain people to be stoned for committing certain transgressions, which America, starting with the so-called white man, the nations, and even 2/3 of our own people, have committed all types of atrocities here in this land, man. So the judgment is what? Fire, okay, stoning, bloodshed, the sword. I mean, all types of judgments the Lord's going to unleash on this place, man. But stoning is just one of them, but it's on the highest level, and that's the missiles, as we just read, man. These few verses I brought out. So yeah, man. I just wanted to bring out a few quick points on that. That was a thought came to mind. All right, topic of people getting stoned in ancient world had came up and came to mind. And I'm thinking, well, hey, John saw the stoning in the future, but in the form of missiles. All right, so with that, Lord, one, you was edified by this video. Okay, and it's on to the next one. Shalom.